Hello, magical friends, and welcome to episode 108 of WCRD Radio. I'm your host, Rich Bass, and today's interview has actually been years in the making. Before we get to the interview, however, I wanted to do a quick recap of WCRD Fest and WCRD Presents. Between the rain and the power outage, you might think it was a disaster, but only if you don't know Wizard Rock. We had a rave in the dark, an unplugged rap battle, a pizza party, and the most fun I can remember having with so many of my favorite people. It was a reminder that we never cede ground to transphobes, and that includes fandoms. We plant our feet, lock our elbows, and ensure those ideals don't flourish in our space. It's why we boycott, why we write, draw, collage, and make music so joyfully. I don't really have the words to say everything that WCRD Presents was. Luckily, the Galleon guy did it for me in our first song, WCRD Fest for Good.
That Wizard Fest, never forget. That Wizard Fest, I was so excited that I flew down for you, Florida. Little did I know it would be so cool. It would be so cool. In these events, no matter how much crap we plan, it goes haywire. And Bess, you really worked it out when we arrived. We found that all the power was gone in the conduit. So we started in the dark. A bunch of us just gathered, played, and sang. And even though a Nox was cast, Wizard Rock rang. Wanna say thanks to the rockers who sang in the dark. The event was quite amazing, and we made our mark. We could say that we were really, really unlucky, but it made us stronger. I think it was for good. We sang and danced, and we all mingled by the stage, getting closer, forming tighter, stronger bonds, and with our glow sticks, we are still wizard rockers through, and with our friendship, Wizard Rock will see us through. And with all these friends I newly have, because we had no power, we sang out and laughed. Wanna say thanks to the rockers who sang in the dark. The event was quite amazing, and we made our mark. We could say that we were really, really unlucky, but it made us stronger, community stronger. I think it was for good. And we paid cash for beers while we were waiting. Then it happened fast, the power came back. So we got back our amps and mics, and everything fixed itself in a snap. Wanna say
Thank you
to
so
the
much, Dream
rockers
Quaffle.
who sang in the dark. The event
Thank
was
you
quite
so much, how
amazing,
airplanes fly.
and we made our mark.
Hawthorne and Holly, Liver and Humdingers, and Brian and Bess and everyone, and thank you so much
that we were really, really unlucky.
for everyone. Thank you all for making this happen.
Stronger.
We made it
Stronger.
happen.
Wizard Rock
We made it happen.
So
I know it was for good.
Year 3, November 11th. Today I gave one of the most important lessons of my career, and it had nothing to do with herbology. A student happened to ask about the fight against Voldemort and what made me stick through it. I told them as long as you have people you care about, you have something worth fighting for. We'll stand together side by side. No one will ever take us alive. We'll stand as brothers and sisters. We'll stand. You won't tear us under our true hearts. You will never rip us apart. We'll stand as brothers and sisters. We'll stand. Death Eaters don't have friends, just companions in fear. They'll sacrifice their neighbor if their own end draws near. I hold you just as dear as a brother to me. Together we can face our mortal enemy. We'll stand together, side by side. No one will ever take us alive. We'll stand as brothers and sisters. We'll stand. You won't tear us under our true hearts. You will never rip us apart. We'll stand as brothers and sisters. We'll stand. Lies ahead and evil looms about. Our bond is so much tighter than our blood can tell. Whip out your wand and sing the song and feel your courage swell. We'll stand together, side by side. No one will ever take us alive. We'll stand as brothers and sisters. We'll stand. You won't tear us under our true hearts. You will never rip us apart. We'll stand as brothers and sisters. We'll stand. Even though we're few and the odds are stacked up high, even though we know that some of us will die, as long as we hold true to each other and ourselves, there's no way that we can lose. Come on boys, let's give 'em hell. Side by side, no one will ever take us alive, we'll stand. As brothers and sisters we'll stand. You won't tear asunder our true hearts. You will never rip us apart. We'll stand. As brothers and sisters we'll stand. We'll stand. As brothers and sisters we'll. Brothers and sisters we'll stand. As brothers and sisters we'll stand. As brothers and sisters we'll stand.
Triumph of good, the power of innocence, the need to keep resisting. The triumph of good, the power of innocence, the need to keep resisting. Keep each other safe, keep faith. One short step from wizards first to pure bloods first and death eaters. Every human life is worth the same, and it's worth saving. Every human life is worth the same, and it's worth saving. Keep each other safe, keep faith. Keep each other safe, keep faith. Good night.
You just heard WZRD Fest for Good by the Galleon Guy, Neville's Diary with Stand, and Potterwatch with their Potterwatch Anthem. And now it's time for my interview with Ludo of Ludo Bagman and the Trash. Welcome to the show, Ludo Bagman of Ludo Bagman and the Trash. I have been looking forward to this interview for years, and we're finally making it happen.
I'm so glad to be a part of this. I'm an avid fan of Wizard Radio, so thank you for having me.
Oh, that's so kind. my patrons had so many questions for you, so I figured we'll just dive in and start with your history with Wizard Rock.
Alrighty. So let's see, it was 15 years ago in November. So yeah, pretty much almost 15 years ago. My twin brother and we gone to a Halloween party, is strictly Harry Potter related. And there's this toy guitar at the venue. And my brother's like, hey, want to do some Wizard Rock covers in front of all these people we don't know? And we're like formulating an idea. We said, okay, let's be Seamus and the Finnegans. We were dressed as Fred and George, and we said, okay, let's do Seamus and the Finnegans just for the heck of it. And we played 3 songs and just had people just looking at us like, what the heck are you people up to? And then shortly afterwards, there was a show at a local library, and I saw a few individuals there. And then ever since that, it's just, I've been hooked. It's been a fantastic experience.
So you were also Seamus and the Finnegans?
Yes, for that very brief 2-year period. And then I always ask my twin brother, I'm like, hey, do you want to continue on with this? And he said, no, I'm done. And I'm like, okay, that's your deal. I'm going to do my own thing.
So how did Ludo Bagman happen?
So it started as a Instagram post on my regular thing. I had just gotten out of a breakup, and I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful to have the Bagman in my life. And I donned a Chipotle bag, cut holes in it, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Yeah, I just needed this moment to feel a little bit better about myself and, go through the grief process. And I'm trying to remember. I think it was Abby Ritter who had commented on the Instagram post saying, hey, Ludo. And all of a sudden, just my mind exploded. I'm like, I can do something with this. And ever since then, Ludo Bagman in the Trash has been a staple of my life, a secret alter ego.
It's amazing that you had 2 entrees into Wizard Rock as a band.
Yes, yeah. And I definitely feel like Ludo was the all-encompassing factor that really got me into myself and finding what I wanted from the community and just becoming the person I am today. So, yeah.
So where did the "and the trash" part come from?
So I was thinking, who would be in a band with Ludo? And I'm just thinking, it's just all these garbage people. It's like all the garbage characters that no one really has much taste for. And then I'm like, okay, so Filch would definitely be part of Ludo Bagman in the Trash. And like you would probably have, I made a list of this. It's on my old computer. And I'm like, this person would be on bass. Otto would be in there definitely because it would just get the family band together. And I just said, you know what, let's get all the characters that are just underappreciated, but also just not savory folks. And we'll just have them have their own band.
I imagine that would be a riotous concert.
Oh, you bet. One I would definitely attend.
Now, when I told my patrons that you were going to be my final interview of the year, one question more than any other came up time and time again. Hey, Ludo, what's under the bag?
So I've been thinking about how to answer this question. What's under the bag is everyone. We are all under the bag, whether it's our individual characteristics. It's just us being who we are. And I think that's the great thing about Wizard Rock too. You are who you are, and you're accepted for it, and you can't ask for a better thing. And, it's about finding yourself and being yourself. And, sometimes you need a cozy place to hide away and sweat profusely on stage underneath a big plastic or a paper bag. Don't wear plastic, please. Don't do that. So yeah, everyone is under the bag. You are under the bag, and just continue being under the bag. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're happy.
Did you know from the start that Ludo Bagman was going to perform under a bag at all times, or did that develop?
I think that was the initial thought, that it was always going to be performing with a bag on, and then just have this ridiculous air of mystery. Like most folks know who I am, but I remember there were multiple shows where I would go into like a closet or somewhere backstage or duck underneath a podium and throw a bag on. And they're like, "Oh, where did you come from? Oh my goodness." Over the years, I've had to like redevelop how to do that, just because those things are a pain to get on and stay on. There's been multiple incidents of folks trying to readjust the bag because it's drooping over or it's falling off my head, and still trying to work on something that's comfortable and not as mobile.
Now, part of that, I think, leads into the other question that came up with my patrons, which was, is there one hallowed bag? Is it that one Chipotle bag from the Instagram post, or one special bag, or is it more of a series, one per concert?
It's kind of a mix of both. Like, I will use one bag as long as I can. I no longer have that Chipotle bag, sadly. It deteriorated over time between moisture and folding and getting trampled or tucked under inside of my guitar case. And I've sadly had to retire it. And maybe 8 or 9 other variations of it. I still have a box of 100 paper bags or so. Okay, 92 paper bags that are there just in case. And I've labeled the ones. I still have a few that I hold on to because, oh, this was this concert and it was very special to me, or it was this show I'd first introduced Auto Bagman and the Flying Lawnmowers for the brief like interlude bit. So yeah, there's a few. They're like my friends.
Have you ever given any away, or have they become, cherished souvenirs for people in the audience?
One I've given away. I've always thought, like, how cool would it be to have a bunch of Ludo Bagman staring back at Ludo Bagman, and that did become a merch item, and I would have like a create your own bag section at shows. Kids loved it. The parents like tried to get into it. I learned very quickly, don't bring permanent markers for those. Stick with the washable ones because they do emit fumes. And that was a learning curve. I've given a few away. My fiance has one that we still hold on to. It's in a scrapbook, believe it or not. But most I'm kind of cherishing holding on. Maybe someday they'll find their hands into the next Ludo Bagman in the trash fans. We'll see.
What makes for a good bag? I assume you've experimented over the years.
Oh, geez. Breathing holes, like, that is top of the list. I've played around with that idea several times. Like, where do I have to put holes in the bag? I've done like little eye slits below so I can see a little bit better. I've done like pinholes so I could have a perforated thing. Yeah, breathing is the most important part. Definitely paper, by all means paper, or canvas, as I say. Plastic is a no-go and always will be, for multiple reasons. And there was this one local like shop in New Haven that had like the perfect paper bag. It had paper handles on it, and it was like the right thickness, the right color, and it was like the perfect size. It wouldn't fall over my shoulders or get knocked off, and it stayed on very well. And then my cat started chewing on it. And since then I've moved out of New Haven, Connecticut, and I've yet to find a bag anywhere near as wonderful as that one.
As a fellow bag wearer, have you ever considered starting some sort of group or network with Chuck Tingle, the author?
why not? I've had people say, this individual wears bags. I've had other people say, oh, well, this individual wears a bucket over their head for performances, or someone wears a boot on their head. I think truly anyone who wears something on their head in a silly fashion, why not? I'd be happy to collaborate with anyone. If it's a boot, if it's a shoe, if it's a pencil box, by all means, I'm all for it. My email is open.
This seems like a good spot to add some music. Here's Rockin' Love by Pussycat Dolores.
The music is all we need. The music will help us breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Music is all we need. The music will help us breathe. Like chewing on gillyweed, we're gonna help you see. The music is all we need. The music will help us breathe. Like chewing on gillyweed, we're gonna help you see. Sometimes they ask us why we're still here rocking out. We got no talent, still singing anyway. We're doing what we can. We're one of those good bands for something better. We're gonna tell you if you don't like what we do. Go eat a blast and it's true. Our music is perfect, even first years can learn it. All we need is rock and love. We're singing together and we're nice like a Weasley sweater. All we need is rock and love. Don't even need guitars, play on your cookie jar. We'll sing all night and then bitch can complain. And we're doing what we need. Together you will see this is like magic, not a bit tragic. And if you hate what we do, you can go join you know who. Our music is perfect, even first years can learn it. All we need is rock and love. We're singing together and we're nice like a Weasley sweater. All we need is rock and love. And all we need is rock and love. We're singing together. The music is all we need. The music will help us breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all we need. The music will help us breathe. Like chewing on gillyweed, we're gonna help you see. The music is all we need. The music will help us breathe. Like chewing on gillyweed, we're gonna help you see. Our music is perfect, even first years can learn it. All we need is rock and love. We're singing together and we're nice like a Weasley sweater. All we need is rock and love. Our music is perfect, even first years can learn it. All we need is rock and love. We're singing together and we're nice like a Weasley sweater. All we need is rock and love. And all we need is rock, and all we need is rock and love. We're singing together.
I can see you staring, hear the stuff you're saying, laughing about my size. Your daddy may be rich, but you're just a creepy snitch. I wouldn't tell no lies. What a pure-blooded brat, just a sneaky rat. You better watch your mouth. Keep a civil tongue, cause you got nowhere to run. East, west, north, or south. These are just the facts, or mathematical truth. Even though I'm only half a giant, I'm twice as big as you. My daddy was a wizard from his toes up to his gizzard. I miss him to this day. He wed a giantess, says Mom, they ain't the best. I was born and then she went away. I soon outgrew my dad when I was just a lad. Said in my mind, he was kind, he was sweet, and a gentleman complete, but that don't go for me. These are just the facts, a mathematical truth. Even though I'm only half a giant, I'm twice as big as you. If I heard a Slytherin cry, I think I'd like the sound. I'm just waiting for a chance to take you for a dance and stomp you in the ground. I know you think I'm dumb, well, that don't hurt me none. You just give the sign. Just one little smirk and I'll turn you into dirt. The pleasure'd be all mine. These are just the facts, a mathematical truth. Even though I'm only half a giant, I'm twice as big as you.
That was Pussycat Dolores with Rockin' Love, Half a Giant from Hogwarts Trainwreck, and The House of Black with Wizard Rock Fangirl. Rockin' Love was a special request from my spectacular patron Jeff, who dedicates it to everyone who came together and made WZRD Presents a reality. Voldemort can't stop the rock, and neither can literal darkness. Here's some more of my chat with Ludo. All right, the final question that my patrons really wanted to know was, what happened to Ludo after the Triwizard Tournament and events? What's he been up to?
So I don't want to give any spoilers, because this is going to be in a future album. Ludo has been kind of everywhere. Ludo is traveling through, and still to this day, since those wonderful events, through other fictional worlds, through other means of transport, hiding out a little bit, a lot of gambling. Got to make money somehow, and like I said, I don't want to give away too much, but in the future, those questions will be answered in depth.
How intriguing. That makes me want to skip ahead a little to what are you working on now?
So, as mentioned, that album that chronicles the adventures of Ludo Bagman, and of course, everyone's favorite time of year, Bagmas, is just around the corner. And I have some fun ideas for this year. There will be a couple new songs, a couple of the Bagmas classics, and there will definitely be a live stream for all to celebrate the wonderful festivities.
Well, that sounds amazing. I cannot wait.
I'm so excited. It's my favorite time of year. I feel bad because I had plans for last year and it never came to fruition. I got way too busy, but this year is going to be a bash, no doubt.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. You mentioned potential albums and things. Do you think those will be coming by the end of the year, next year?
I'm hoping by the end of 2025. If not sooner, I would definitely like it to be sooner, but a few things need to happen prior to, and I know I'm so excited to get it out. So that's the bottom line. There's too much to the story that needs to continue, and more to go from there, I'm sure.
Well, I can't wait to find out what all of that is about. That sounds amazing. And I did skip ahead a little because I was impatient. But as someone who's been doing this for 15 years, which is amazing, and has a whole consistent series of Bagmas albums and incredible unique merch, what advice do you have for our newer Wizard Rockers who are just starting out?
My best bit of advice would be just have fun. If you're going to do something a little bit off the beaten path of what might be considered standard Wizard Rock, by all means do it. If you want to put something on your head, put something on your head. If you want to just do a cappella like Dots and Lines is doing, by all means, I think that's a very creative way about going forward, but just have fun, because the community will accept you no matter what you do, as silly as it is, as ridiculous as you can make it. It's going to be well received and people will enjoy it.
And I always like to get a little bit of practical advice. You know, your favorite tuning app or warm-ups, or something that helps you write a song or record or edit.
So as far as the warm-ups go, breathing exercises, that always helps for the bag, because I've felt a couple times where I've gotten a little woozy and the oxygen flow is just not there. So, being able to pace your breathing a bit definitely helps. As far as other practical bits, I have to say I'm a pretty elementary when it comes to tuning or whatnot. I have a built-in tuner on the guitar. That always helps. And hydration. Hydration, that's the other thing. Make sure you have ample water, just so the throat doesn't get dry.
What kind of breathing exercises help with life in a bag?
The biggest one is, so I've been a mouth breather for a long time, and I'm card-carrying member, will always be happy to share that, due to a deviated septum. And the big thing that helps is just trying to remember to breathe through the nose. And so just your typical in through the nose, hold for 8, out through the mouth, and make that an 8-second process. Continue through that pattern, 8 seconds in, hold 8, out 8. So you're just kind of taking those square breaths, and it does seem to help in some respect. My throat still gets dry, but like I said, that's what the water's for.
Our final music break is here, led by Muggle Snuggle and their Expecto Patronum.
A spell beyond ordinary wizarding conjures up a guardian that acts as a shield between you and the Dementor, a positive force against that they feed on. Hope, happiness, the desire to survive, it cannot feel despair. Incantation with concentration of a happy memory. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Glistening form with a scabbed hand, deep rattling breath that comes out thick white fog, icy cold rotting hand reaching out towards you. Lower your hood for a Dementor's kiss. They clamp the jaws on the victim's lips and suck out the soul. No chance of recovery, the forever lost soul. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Does anyone deserve this? Forever darkness. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum, Expecto Patronum.
Let's bring it back to the new millennium, year 2000, when I was just a kid, age 10, when my journey to Hogwarts really begins. Call my origin story, let's have a glimpse. My intro to the tale was voiced by Jim Dale, captured my attention, taking in every detail. Inhale, exhale, push my imagination, consume the books on family vacations. Wrapped up in a world I saw as a haven, traveling, take the train at King's Cross Station. Meeting magic folks, can't wait to meet Hagrid. Taking books across the lake, I'm so distracted. Will I see the giant squid? I'm so damn excited. Get started in my house with those like-minded. Reminded of how I got here, the castle's my new home, I can confide in. Bring it back to the beginning. beginning to the cupboard on the stairs where I keep my feelings sitting. I'm a wizard that solemnly swears I'm winning and survive the strife. All thanks to the boy who gave me life. Bring it back to the beginning to the cupboard on the stairs where I keep my feelings sitting. I'm a wizard that solemnly swears I'm winning and survive the strife. All thanks to the boy who gave me life. Even though I'm super nervous for the lessons, I feel impervious. Carry that mystical essence, discovering facts and coming up with theories about what's gonna happen as we reach for the Potter generation. Stand for peace, not afraid of resistance. Acting on my dreams, the books help my senses raise me. We down natural and escape fluffy. Solve the puzzles that we stroll into the chamber of secrets. Ready to face a mystery. Excitement bubbles running of boldest history. Cause trouble looking for fire in the goblet. Nothing will stop me in telling you that magic is my favorite. Go ahead, tell the David Prophet. I'm sure Rita Skeeter will have a lot to write, but so do I. Lyric like legends in your mind. Bring it back to the beginning to the cupboard on the stairs where I keep my feelings sitting. I'm a wizard that solemnly swears I'm winning and survive the strife. All thanks to the boy who gave me life. Bring it back to the beginning to the cupboard on the stairs where I keep my feelings sitting. I'm a wizard that solemnly swears I'm winning and survive the strife. All thanks to the boy who gave me life.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You two better change into robes. I expect we'll be arriving soon.
Welcome to Hogwarts.
Just friends who give shade, but they're just as important to know. They're friends. They're friends. Like the wind and the water on days just like these. Some of the best friends I know.
After Muggle Snuggles Expecto Patronum, we had Origin Story by Aguamenti, and we ended the block with Lakeside Friends from Hollow Godric. And here's the last part of my conversation with Ludo.
All right, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Oh, I'm so happy to have made this happen. Thank you for having me.
I feel like we hardly scratched the surface, so we'll have to talk more in the future.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime. I'm more than happy to do so.
In the meantime, where can WZRD listeners find you online?
You can find me on Facebook by searching Ludo Bagman in the Trash. You can find me, your best bet would be direct email through Ludo Bagman and the Trash, all one word, at gmail.com, or you can find me on Bandcamp by typing in Ludo Bagman and the Trash.
If you heard a song today and you thought, I could listen to that again, then go to the transcript at wcrdradiopod.com, follow the link, and buy a copy of your very own. It's the best way to support your favorite musician, and without our Wizard Rockers, we wouldn't be here. If you want discounts on WZRD merch, the inside scoop on everything that's coming up, and bonus gifts and episodes, then you want WZRD Radio's Patreon at patreon.com/WZRD Radiopod. It's just $2 Muggle a month and also supports the Community Rock Fund, where we're raising funds to help Wizard Rockers achieve their musical dreams. If you want to keep up with WZRD between episodes, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at WZRD Radiopod. If you don't believe in social media, you can also comment on the transcript or email me at wzrdradiopod@gmail.com.
And now, here's Ludo Bagman and the Trash.
I wanted to wrap this up the way I would wrap up any of the shows I do, by playing the first Ludo Bagman and the Trash song ever written. So here is the Bag PSA by Ludo Bagman and the Trash. When you need to hide what you're feeling, if you need to cover that pimple on your face, if you need to do a little concealing, so you can feel less out of place, put a bag over your face. Canvas or paper will do the trick. Put a bag over your face. Just make sure it's not plastic. Put a bag over your face. Canvas or paper will do the trick. Put a bag over your face. Just make sure it's not plastic. Put a bag over your face. Canvas or paper will do the trick. Put a bag over your face. Just make sure it's not plastic, 'cause you'll probably die.